What's up, everybody? It's your boy Travis Bethea, and I only make this type of introduction when it's special and when it's needed. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I got somebody here from the city that I respect. He look at me like a big cousin. I look at him as my little cousin. Our families are intertwined, so it's a fact. And he's just been killing shit the last decade. Word up. The last decade. And he came to fruition for real, hitting us with some hard hitting poetry the last 4 to 5 years, man. So I have to name this Money, Power, Respect. So the first episode of the Money, Power, Respect podcast.
Sheesh.
I have
Sheesh.
a nigga in the city that got the respect of everybody, black, white, Mexican, whoever.
Love.
LB the poet.
Love.
What's good?
Appreciate you having me, cuzzo.
Oh, you know
Alright,
it.
it's love.
Yeah, we've
Love.
been talking about this for a minute.
Been
Ever since I
good
started.
minute, right?
Yeah.
It's been a good minute, but we here now. You know what I'm saying?
I had to make it make sense. For
You
me.
had the vision. That's
Yeah.
all. And you stayed with it. And that's what I tell people a lot of times, especially when it comes to me, bro. Like, I just didn't stop
Yeah.
and I didn't accept no. You know what I mean? A lot of times when we're not taught to learn through the no's. Once you get a no, it's like, oh man.
Put your head around.
Oh man. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, just like what I tell my high school wrestlers, bro, like, if you go after one move, it's not to go after the move and be like, dang, I didn't get that move. You're going after that move to set up for another move, to set up for the move that you really want. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know the steps that it takes to get there. Just because you get that one no at the beginning, especially in entrepreneurship and starting a business,
Facts.
yeah, bro, or when it feel like things are getting a little shaky, I tell people it always seems like the world around you gets a little crazy right before your level up or before your blessing hit. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that shit.
So we'll get into it. Yeah.
Because you're right about that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a storm before you actually start making strides and making waves. When you think you there, it's going to be something that pop up and you like,
Right.
damn.
Facts.
But you got to keep pushing through it.
Facts, always.
Yeah.
Always.
And guess who I see doing that?
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Guess who I see doing that?
Hey, look, bro. For the last 4 or 5 years, I'm avid with telling people that every day is Wednesday.
For sure.
Every day is WINSDAY. You win every single day that you open your eyes and you're able to make the statement. I can't preach that and truly believe it if I'm not showing people what that look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really appreciating everything, the lessons, the blessings, the small gains, the big gains, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? In reality, I'm here. And I could be at Walmart making $12 an hour, $14 an hour, or whatever. Or I can have one of my albums that's $12. If I sell 2 of those in an hour, I made $24 an hour. I can sell my own stuff at any point. I can sell your stuff to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real life. So it's just perspective. It's all about how you look at things, and I don't judge nobody for how they look at it because your journey ain't my journey ain't your journey. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just understanding that we all have our place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fan of Jay-Z, but I'm also a fan of Dame Dash. You know what I mean? And Mr. Dash once said, there's 2 types of people in this world. Either you're a boss or you're a worker.
Right.
But that's for you to decide.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you good. No, you good. Look, anytime I'm interviewing, I want the person I'm interviewing to talk. Like it ain't about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One day somebody interview me, I'll be able to talk.
Yeah, but
You know
see,
what I mean?
I know that, like, not that I can ramble, but if you let me just keep going,
Yeah.
you know, just direct it, just so we not just going. But yeah, bro.
But you know the people need you. The people need to hear you. Because this ain't always been.
People don't hear me, and that's
Yeah.
one thing that I've been talking with my team. People hear me when it comes to poetry. If they choose to go listen to the music, they hear it through the music. You know what I'm saying? But just far as daily conversations, people don't get what goes on up here. You know what I'm saying? People don't, like I was telling you off camera, for a while, I was very accessible to everybody. Anytime somebody asked me something, I would say yes. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it. I want to make sure you're straight. I want to, you know what I'm saying, help you to better your business, all of the above. But it got to a point where I would say yes, 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 yes. And now I can't do anything I can't do anything at an excellent level because I'm so stretched out in every other way. I can't really focus the way I need to on one thing. So then I started drawing myself back and saying, all right, if it's not Word Society or if it's not something that the squad is doing, I'm not gonna do it. If it's not one of my shows, I'm not gonna do it. But then you get the free community events and that type thing, cool. Like I'll come and knock that out. But it just gets to a point where you can't say yes and you can't just be accessible at all times, because if people can just reach out and touch you, they don't need it. They don't have a need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Set up a meeting time or really appreciate your time for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one thing that we didn't always heard is time is money.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it got to a point where it's like I can't keep, not necessarily wasting my time, but I can't keep being lenient with my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once I really started being strategic about the movements and really just locking in and understanding, like, it starts with me. All of this is gonna start with me. You know what I'm saying? They can tell me no 100 times, but I'm still gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? They can shut the door 100 times. I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying, on that next door, because my greatness isn't instilled in you, it's instilled in me.
Yeah.
You can't place your limitations on me for what you feel that you can't do. I can do anything that I put my mind. Teachers gave us a key when we were kids,
right,
but we didn't listen. They told us we could do be anything we put our minds to. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things that they told us that we didn't listen, because we could cheat if we want to. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on your own motherfucking paper.
Facts.
And I take that as literal.
Right.
If I'm watching you eat, my plate is getting cold.
Yeah.
I gotta focus on my food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep your eyes on your own paper.
Don't count the next man's pocket.
Don't hate. Like, it's one of those where people will really watch you come up, and then when you get to the top or what they feel is the top, they can't stop themselves from hating because they want to see you there, but they don't really want to see you there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why is it like that? Why can't we like really just come together and want to see what's best for one another? Like truly, like I want to see what's best for you without me being attached to it unless you need me to be. But I don't want nothing from it. I just want you to be the best. You know what I'm saying? The best interviewer, podcaster, whatever it is you want to pursue, I want that for you. Yeah. And I don't need nothing for it. How do we get to that as a community? Because if you think about it, we both born and raised here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People are very cliquey.
Oh, yeah.
Cliquey.
Always, yeah.
To where I'm with this group, I'm with that group, I'm woo. And don't get me wrong, there's always Word Society. That's my squad. That's who I ride with. It's 7 of us. I know I can really trust and stand on how they're gonna come, no matter what the situation is. Whether we talking poetry, life, music, school programs, like I know that I can trust my team. I built that. Now, how many of them are from Winston-Salem? 1.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We got Bull City, we got New York, we got Wilmington, Delaware, we got Detroit, we got Yanceyville, Danville, Virginia. Like we spread out, you know what I'm saying? But it took me outsourcing it and really connecting with the right people outside my own city. I done tried it here.
Yeah.
I've tried multiple times. And either people don't understand you, they don't understand your journey, or they look at you as competition. And for me, if you consider yourself as competition, you've already lost.
Exactly.
I want anybody listening, hearing, watching. If you're competing with me, you lost already. Because I'm only competing with me. Straight up.
Yeah.
I'm only competing with the me of yesterday or an hour ago.
And that's what we gonna go to that. The before you. The person that I grew up with. Mm-hmm. It's totally different from LB the poet.
In a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, I don't think people know the journey, Larry.
Nah,
the journey,
People
Larry.
they don't know what it looked like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you gotta like go into some of that of what it did look like when we would come across each other after high school. We both kind of still on some bullshit. What made you say, I'm gonna turn this into something else?
So even when you look at high school and right after, we was on our BS and doing what we do, but bro, I was also on the greatest wrestling team this state has ever seen.
Exactly.
It went down in history. We were 339-0. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus
so while
Christ.
we were doing that, I was still doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And you spoke on right after high school and what that looked like, bro. After high school, at 19, my brother and I had a clothing store in Greensboro Mall, King's Closet. You know what I'm saying? My brother was the mastermind behind it. I had the name, quote unquote, popularity, whatever you want to call it, and we worked that joint hard. We needed to work it. So that opened up a whole new door. And what's crazy, like when you talk about the person that you grew up with and knowing, I never let nobody know that I was a poet. You know what I'm saying? It was never something that I was just out here expressing. It was my go-to. You know what I mean? If I'm going through something, if I'm hurt, if I'm sad, if I'm happy, if I just got a good grade, bad grade, grandma, this, I would write a poem about it, but it wasn't for everybody else. It was just for me to get it out because I didn't know how to express.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've never said this in an interview, but when I was young, I wasn't confident in my speaking because I had a lisp. So I didn't like talking. You know what I mean? And it's weird, but it's like, I never would let nobody hear my poetry. And then once I graduated and we got a store, I went to my first open mic out in Greensboro. I performed this poem called A Letter. This big goon, bro, had tattoos on his face. Like I knew he was active.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro came out the crowd in tears. You know what I mean? It was a poem called The Letter. It was a letter to my father and then a letter to my unborn child who's now 8 years, almost 9 years later. Her name is Lyric. Woke up and wrote a poem about her. Then found out that she was on the way.
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It was a crazy situation, but he came out the crowd in tears. It's my first performance, bro. Venus Fly Lounge in Greensboro with shout out to Amber Rose or A Delicate Rose, whatever you want to call it. It was her stage that I was on. And bro came out the crowd in tears. And he said, yo, I really felt that. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those where that was my first performance. You know what I'm saying? My first time really doing it. And that feeling of being able to affect somebody else like that, I ain't never felt that before. So that was like let me put it in my arm. I'm addicted to that feeling of making somebody else feel better with my words. And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah. That's what's up. So 2012 come, I start working on Haynes Mill Road, and I'm going through, about to go to lunch one day, or I'm on lunch and I walk by the store and I see you in there working. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of
Caps.
Caps, yeah, okay.
Caps.
And this is when, this was my first encounter with you as far as the poetry side. So I go in there, we chopping it up, and you like, cuzzo, like I've been writing, I've been doing.
Right.
And you in there, and we going back and forth, like you spitting, I'm spitting. Yes, people, I do rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that ain't my lane,
right.
But yeah. Was the vision in motion then? Because it seemed like right at 2012, come 2015, 2016, absolute artistry. The first name that I remember you coming up with, was that play in motion then, or what?
So it wasn't.
Okay.
And that's just me being completely honest. Shout out to Dwayne Wickham, one of my wife's mentors. When we first started dealing, he called her his girl Friday. Like she gets stuff done, you know what I mean? She executes. And when he first met me, he was like, so what are you doing with my girl Friday? You know what I'm saying? What are your plans? How are you gonna take, because she can take care of herself. How are you gonna take care of her? Yeah, she told me you're a poet, but what are you gonna do with your poetry? You writing books, you writing songs, you performing the songs, you performing the poetry. What's your plan with it? And I didn't have an answer. I just said, sir, I'm a poet, and I know that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Now we own a clothing store, and I know I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be straight, but I know I'm a poet. That's what I know I wanna do. Well, young man, you need to figure out exactly what you're gonna do, how you're gonna approach that, how you're gonna go about making a living, because just saying that I'm a poet ain't good enough. And that was my first time really just taking a step back, like me just saying that I'm a poet or that I'm a full-time artist ain't gonna be good enough. Like I have to really give people something tangible to grab or to see, or, you know, like the whole concept of you give somebody something to look up to and reach it. That's kind of where I wanted to go. So when you saw me in the store 2012, people were, it's crazy because even looking back then, bro, people were bringing me other individuals that they thought were poets or that they would feel would fit into a situation. It's like, well, I wasn't who I am at this present moment, you know what I'm saying? But they were still bringing. So this guy, Kareem Allah, he, CP, Charles Paul, brought Kareem through. Kareem at the time was the next best thing under Kendrick Lamar, bro. Like, and I still to this day have the same amount of confidence in Buddy's pen. Like, his pen is through, it's out of here. You know what I'm saying? But in that time, that's when Kendrick was hot as fish grease. You know what I'm saying? And if you come out and you got a similar sound to that, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my man CP brought him through, and he like, man, this dude spit poetry over the music. You know what I'm saying? Let her work with him and help him slow it down, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all do your thing. And that's kind of where AA was formed. Absolute Artistry, Cozy A. Jones, or his name is Kareem Allah. Everybody know him as Cozy A. Jones. Ellie B, my man Emmanuel, and then my man, we called him Stitch at the time. He was actually getting his brand together. Now, his brand is Ugly, the brand, UGLY, You Gotta Love Yourself.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But it's global. Pharrell wear stuff, like he's literally blown all the way up. In 2016, he was a part of AA. And he will be at Lyrics by the Lake on July 9th, painting live. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
I keep everybody in the circle, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody, but that's kind of where the AA thing went. And it was cool. Like we did, and I was just telling bro off camera, we did a old school karaoke kickback. You know what I'm saying? We were ahead of our time when we were doing it, but we couldn't really get people to draw on to it like that. So that kind of went to the wayside. And then by like 2016, 2017, I was working at Kaplan. And this was my first time headlining the National Black Theater Festival. I headlined a poetry event. I think it was 2017. And me headlining that joint, I was working at Kaplan out in Louisville. Shout out to the manager at the time, Mike, because you don't know what you did. But my man pretty much said, like, you've been too focused on the poetry and everything you got going on outside of work, and we need you focused on your production here. We need you locked all the way in. And it was pretty much an ultimatum, like, are you gonna focus on yourself and your poetry and your artistry and everything you love, or you gonna come in this warehouse where you can't even talk to the person next to you? You can't talk, like you physically cannot talk, but you gotta work the whole day for 8 hours.
Yeah.
What do you think my choice was?
Right.
I'm choosing me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And from there, bro, I had, ironically, I had just started Word of Mouth Wednesdays.
Gotcha.
I started Word of Mouth Wednesdays as an online writing challenge. The first video was sitting on my lunch at Kaplan, sitting on like some steps. I shot the poem and I'm like, yeah, I challenge everybody to do their first joint every Wednesday. I'm dropping a joint, and that's how it started. That's where Word of Mouth Wednesdays came from, bro.
Dope. Yeah.
Online writing challenge. And then it did pretty well. You drop a topic on Thursday. You give them 6 days to the following Wednesday to write and record their joint, and they post it and put it out. You know what I'm saying? They got like a couple industry people did it. Pretty well-known songwriter, Jim Stones. Jim Stones did it, and he shouted out Word of Mouth Wednesdays and Word Society at the time. And he went on to do his thing. And then one day, bro, or 1 week, I got tagged in a post. It was a 14-year-old deaf girl signing a poem to the topic of the week for Word of Mouth Wednesdays. And it changed my perspective on everything. Poetry doesn't have a face, race, creed, or religion. Anybody can do it. Anybody can be connected. It's a word. Similar to how when you go to church and pastors, I've always been prophesied that I would be a pastor and I would have a big congregation, like since I was a kid. Who said it had to be a building with a suit and tie? And it can't be a Word of Mouth Wednesdays packed out and I'm still speaking my gospel that I stand on to the people. You see what I'm saying? So it's, cause it get crazy.
Nah, that's what's up. But I mean, watching you back then to now, I'm like, this is what not giving up is about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because poetry is one of those tricky things. You know, that's one of the first things we learn how to write when we're growing up, elementary.
Right. But we lose it or forget it.
Yeah, because it's not the popular thing.
Or because we're taught roses are red and violets are blue.
Right.
Or we're taught the Shakespeare stuff that's hard to read and comprehend what he was even saying.
Right.
But how many times have we taught the Langstons, the Mayas, the Sonny Patterson? You know what I mean? Like, so it's really one of those to where even for me now going in schools, I give these kids something other to look at.
Yeah.
They look at me like a rapper because I got locks and I got tattoos and I wear a lot of jewelry at times. They look at me like a rapper, but then when I start speaking, they're like, oh, Mr. LB.
Yeah.
What? How can I can do that too?
Right.
Then it changes their life in an instant. For me, I don't want, like, let me not say that because I need the money to be able to still do what I do, sow the seeds, make sure that I have a living situation where I can be out here and be effective in what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But I want the influence.
And you killing that.
Thank you. But that's what I want, the influence to be able to say, hey, yo, it's cool for me to read books and I read a book a month, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now these little black boys are challenging each other to read at least a book or more a month. I want that influence, you know what I mean? Whereas, yeah, you can go get this pack and you can make whatever off of that, or I can put you onto this live alkaline water, you know what I'm saying? And I can get you a pack of this and you can make that same money off of water and not dope.
Yeah.
You give them something else, bro. I had a student, and I will not say his name, but my boy ain't never been to another side of Winston.
Damn. For real?
Look at your face.
Yeah.
He's never been to another side of Winston. So when I ask about Greensboro, it's, Mr. LB, what
you talking about?
I told you I'll be in a house.
Yeah.
I don't plan on going to college. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna go work so I can help my mama pay these bills. How many of our kids are taking that home? Yep. It's not their responsibility. Real life. If you a street nigga and your son grew up to be a street nigga, you failed. And I tell you to your face.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about how many people, bro, these kids ain't seeing the difference. That's why it's like, when people see myself or my wife or when we together or whatever, you know what I mean? They always say we look different or we look like we not from here or we don't belong or that's one side of it. Then the other side is LB. I don't know why you still here. Why you not in LA or Atlanta or, you know what I mean? One of these bigger cities where I know you can really thrive. If I leave and everybody else who's dope like me leaves, there's nothing gonna be left for the city.
Right. These
kids gonna be out here killing each other like they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do we really put our hands on and be effective? It's not enough to just say that I'm out here doing something. How am I effectively doing something?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I can blow smoke all day. I'm good with words. I can make it sound real pretty and make you forget about it. But what's the work that's going behind it? Action without works is what?
Exactly, bro. Like, come on. Like, yeah. And that's what, to me, it made you stand apart. I'm gonna go to 2019. We're gonna go back in the day too, but I'm gonna go to 2019. Nipsey get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you keep going.
Yeah, that was the first artist to die, get killed that I cried. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like, I cried. You know what I'm saying?
I shared a few for Nip, like,
and that influence started resonating after he died, but a lot of us fucked with him before he died. I think that's a false narrative people try to make. Like, man, people weren't fucking with. Nah, we were.
So what I will say,
Yeah.
we were.
Right.
A lot of people only know Victory Lap songs. They don't know Mel. You know what I mean? So it's when you really start going back, people weren't really Nip fans.
Yeah,
they were fans of the facade.
Yeah.
But you can ask anybody who's been around me since about 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nip he's been around, but it's just, I don't know, man. When that whole situation happened and he got killed, bro, like, I received so many calls referring to me as the Nipsey of my city.
Exactly. That's what I was
referring to me as, you know what I mean? And I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. But it's one of those where you got to really think about how that comes off to compare somebody to someone who just got killed.
Yeah.
When I come from a street life too. So it's really not that far-fetched for me to have done something back in the day and somebody feels, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So for me, it was a I don't say funny, it was strange. You know what I'm saying? Because I could appreciate what people were saying.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, bro, I've really been doing this. Like, I've really been out here. I really put my hands on. I really help kids. I really, you know what I mean? It's not just for the face. Like, I don't post everything that gets done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For what? Like, you do the work and you do it without expecting anything back.
Trust me, I know, cause you done FaceTime me plenty of times. Cause this is what I got going on. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But you were out of the city, to me, the first like ordained face, not self-proclaimed. Not
I ain't never.
Right? Yeah, and I wanted to make that clear.
Yeah,
today, you know what I'm saying?
Once.
Like, no, you didn't say, this is me, this is what I'm doing. It was just like, everybody saw the work you were putting in, and they're like, nah, that's LB. Even now, like, just to this day, I see people, they want something done, they look at you. How is that? Like, what space does that put you in? Because you never fold under pressure, bro. Like, you always keep your game face on.
I appreciate that. One thing you gotta think about, cuz they tell us, pressure does one of two things. Either it's gonna make a diamond or it's gonna burst a pipe.
Exactly.
I'm not a pipe. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I tell people all the time, like, I perform better under pressure.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't want to say it. So, with the performance that we were talking about, that was a big number from this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote that like the week of, versus it being I wrote it like 2-3 weeks out and I've been working on memorizing. Mm-hmm. It works better for me to say, all right, it's getting down to crunch time. Let me crank in. You know what I'm saying? It's really one of those to where my biggest thing is being present, letting people know that if I'm here for you, I'm genuinely here for you, and I don't want anything from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of times, and anybody who didn't really link with me on a business level can attest to it. One of my first questions to people is, what do you love to do? What are you passionate about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What are you passionate about? If you could do one thing for free, what would that be? If you could do one thing and not get paid for it, but eventually earn your living from it, what would that be? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their thing that they love to do or that they want. You know what I mean? They want to see. But for me, it's like, how do you build the necessary team to see the vision through? How do you make sure nobody ever feels slighted? Because a lot of times with me, I move so fast, I can miss stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or I might forget about this, or this slipped my mind. And it's like, if I don't have a person around and say, all right, well, LB, we forgot about this, or we need to do this. So one of the biggest things for getting to where I am now has been a solid team around. And
get to that, yeah.
Yeah, just knowing, bro, and if I'm being completely honest, it's cycled out. Like, I've had people show up, bro me today and not know me tomorrow.
Right. yeah.
Bro, I love him. Bro, I'm here. Bro, I do, bro. And then it gets to a point where they disappear. And it's like, well, they were just broing me yesterday and now they're no longer here.
Right.
But for me, it's neither here nor there. You know what I mean?
It sound good.
People they're gonna come and go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't talk me to death. Help me to really see who you are. Let's work towards a common goal. What are we looking to really do out here? Like, do we want to change? Do we want to, you know what I'm saying, build a bridge between the wealth gap in the city? You know what I'm saying? Do we want to wear, for me, and this is something that I was just talking about the other day, do you feel accomplished when you reach the white spaces or the bigger spaces, or do you feel more accomplished in doing it in a room packed out full of your own people? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you start asking questions and really analyzing who you are and who you affect and who gonna come here and who's gonna, you know what I mean? For me, it's like, I'm always gonna make sure my people are straight first.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna make sure we're in position. You know what I'm saying? But it gets to a point to where you learn that you can't place your expectations for yourself on everybody else. So you gotta kind of allow people the room to grow and move how they need to. So if they're a part of your team, cool. I done also had situations where people didn't really know what they wanted to do, but they just wanted to be around. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be around to soak up the energy and figure out what it is. Because when you're around creatives, bro, eventually you're gonna get a creative juice flowing in you.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you take that and really show people something else? It's deeper than just the poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I help a lot of businesses, like business owners. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep going. I told you I can ramble, because don't let me keep rambling.
No, you good. I got you. So we gonna stay at 2019, man. It's a big year.
That was a crazy year.
It was.
Crazy. God.
So you drop an album. Drop an album. Transitions.
Yeah.
Favorite song on that baby was Transitions. You went to Walker. You feel me? What was the motivation behind you putting out a complete project? You know what I'm saying?
I've done a lot of work over the years. I've done a lot of songwriting work. But music has always burned like in me. Like from freestyling to songwriting, just putting a song together, I just love that side of it. If I'm being completely honest, I slipped.
Alright.
I should have put out a spoken word album first. I'm a poet that put out a hip hop album before putting out a spoken word project.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While the album had poetry on it, it was just one of those where I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it right. For those of you who actually bought a copy of Transitions, it was like CDs from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? In the plastic. If you pull out the book, you can unfold the book into a poster. It got all the lyrics on the poster. Like, I really wanted to give y'all something that's classic.
Yeah.
And then you realize the cars no longer have CD players in them.
Look, how times have changed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go download the Bluetooth. You know what I mean? If you want to get the physical copy, that's something for you to put in like a keepsake box, or I sign it and you never open it. So when I actually get to the point that you say, look, I got his first album, it's signed, and ain't nobody ever touched.
Right.
People don't think like that, man.
Yeah, so the album hit, we go into 2020. No.
19 was nuts.
Yeah, let me not even skip past this part. Black Theater Festival, 2019. You, to me, and I may be wrong, but you were the face of the entire festival. Because
Hey, look, I'm not gonna jump out there. Look, let me readjust.
yeah, because all you kept hearing about was LB. LB, what they finna do when they hit the stage, and I get there, and y'all showed the hell out. And I mean, you had different portraits from different places, but your team,
Squad,
your squad,
Word Society,
y'all showed y'all asses.
Three Finger Gang.
Bro.
Shout out to the gang. Ali B, T Walker, Witness, Main Man, King, Shakes. What's poppin'? We here, man. We here. Three Finger Gang. If you listening, throw your threes up for me real quick.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the crowd and I'm like, damn, they killed this.
Hey man, it was an amazing experience, and you gotta look. So if you look at it, we headlined back-to-back years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
2017, it was a Word Society headline. I got approached about doing the headline as a solo. But that was when we first had founded Word Society, and I'm like, I'm not doing the show unless I can bring my squad along. You know what I'm saying? And one of my mentor, Wayusi Baraka, he's the previous coordinator for the festival. He's mentored me through the whole process, but that 2017 year, it was great. It was phenomenal. It was our first time really locking in and building. And then over the next 2 years, Big Brother Way and I, we were building, you know what I'm saying? And he pretty much told me that he was putting me in position to take over his spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 2019, the reason it seemed like that is because I took over as the coordinator for the National Black Theater Festival, Words and Verses, formerly known as the Midnight Poetry Slam. So it was a year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
National Black Theater Festival, I think I won 3 awards that year. The album dropped. We had, prior to COVID, we had tours set up through Virginia, DC, New York, and then going down South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee.
Ooh.
So the tours were set.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. And
Right.
it's like,
That's a bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, put everything
COVID hit,
on
and it
hold.
just kind of changed everything. But for me, I was never one of those. Like a lot of my counterparts, they did the online shows and the digital shows, which is cool. I don't knock nobody, but for me, I'm personable. I need to be able to reach out and touch you.
Yeah.
You need to be able to physically look me in my eyes and know the passion and the pain is there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't never really want to go to the online thing, and I'm glad that we held out and we waited, because now coming back, you know what I'm saying, circling back through, we got Lyrics by the Lake going on, and crazy. Our first show, we did 140 people. You know what I'm saying? And it's the very first one to kick off the series. It's every other week, different talent, different bands, and it's just, I stayed patient. I kept my head down, and I didn't allow what other people were going through to alter my vision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're seeing the fruits fall off the tree.
Right. So pre-COVID, last year, Ramcat, big deal.
Yeah, man.
Big deal. And we're going to get into the Lyrics by the Lakes, but I didn't want to skip
Yeah,
over
we can't
that.
skip over. We can't.
That, to me, because you say something to me all the time. I don't know if you said it to other people, but when you say it to me, it always stick with me. You like, bro, Cuzzo, they got to see us downtown. They got to see us in different places. Ramcat, that shit was big for you to, and you sold the bitch out.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Ramcat. Shout out to Andy Tennille. Shout out to Richard. Those guys they've been a very big part in Word of Mouth Wednesdays being what it is. We've had a consistent home there for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back. It's just we're working Lyrics by the Lake is with Sika right now for the summer, but we'll be back at Ramcat or Gas Hill, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, for me, just to circle back to the question, the older generation here in town has always said we're not welcome downtown.
You're up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you get to the point where our generation even says, yeah, we ain't welcome downtown. We feel this way, we feel that way. We ain't, they don't want us down there. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes they don't.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it all the way banned.
Facts.
I understand. But for me, it's like if you tell me I'm not welcome somewhere, I'm gonna step all through it and show you why I'm welcome here. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those where we not welcome downtown. Why? Is it because when we throw club parties, shootings happen or fights happen, and the other side of Winston don't know how to react to somebody fighting? It's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? You gonna wake up, go home, and do your thing. Or is it just a stereotype that's been passed down that we're not welcome, we're not welcome, we're not welcome? I'm big on manifestations.
Yeah.
If we're consistently saying we're not welcome, then we're gonna manifest that.
Yeah,
if we as a people for hundreds of years have said we're broke, we struggle, we're the lowest of low, why do we think we're still there? Because we manifest it. Yeah. We're steadily speaking it. The word, there's power in words. It's not just when you speak something positive. It's when you say, damn, man, I feel like I ain't gonna make enough money this month. You're not.
Right.
You're not. Just because you felt that way, because you had it up here. For me, it starts with your mind. If you can alter your thoughts, your actions will follow.
Yeah.
So that's where I start with a lot of people. We gotta change how you think, how you approach a situation, how you look at it. What are your motivations? Where do you find your reasoning behind? What's your muse? A lot of times people just out here living, bro. You have to live with a purpose. What's your mission?
Yeah.
What mission are you on? I know that I'm here to bring change in every aspect of what that means. So I'm gonna change the way you think. I'm gonna change the way you speak. I'm gonna change the way you approach situations. I'm gonna change the way you love yourself. But that's my mission. Yeah. That ain't nobody else's mission. I can only operate in mine and what I'm supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is for you, but my gift has always made room for me. I'm a full-time poet. I'm a full-time artist. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach it back to the kids. I'm here to teach it back to the adults. Here to help people learn how to express themselves, because one of the biggest issues in the community is we don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
We don't know how to express.
Without
so when things get, we want to still off.
Yeah.
Versus it being a real conversation is had. And we really break down what the causes and effects are, or what's the actions and the reaction. Because for every action, there's a what?
Reaction. Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean?
You got Lyrics by the Lake.
Yeah.
Especially the area, you know what I'm saying? I don't think people really understand the magnitude of that.
Yeah.
So we got one down. You got one coming up this Friday.
Uh-huh.
That card crazy. I seen
man.
Coffee. I seen Chris Lewis.
Uh-huh.
Man, speak on it, because you got some heavy hitters coming on that stage.
Hey man, Friday the 25th. So Lyrics by the Lake, where that started, I wanted to be able to create a concert series that when we came back with it, or when we brought it and presented it to the people, all of my artists were paid before the doors were open. Before we sold a single ticket, every artist has a check for performing at Lyrics by the Lake. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Thank you. But it's one of those where I guarantee people don't think about the fact that as an artist, I've been out of work for a year and a half. And because it was Juneteenth, people were approaching me about doing free shows.
Gotcha.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I'll do it. But baby, if I gotta drive to Greensboro and I ain't got a check in a year and a half, it's gonna cost me money to do your show.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? For me, and coming back, I just wanted it to be a situation where we've been waiting, we've been, you know what I'm saying, not being able to be around people. I want to make sure every artist is paid before the doors open, before a single, I don't care if the tickets don't sell. My artists are going to be paid.
Yeah.
We can perform for each other for all I care. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those where you sow that seed, you put it out there, you help people make a little living. That little $250, $350 gonna be good for somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I know what $250 do for my pocket right now.
I ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it do for me.
Send me out a $250.
Really get that.
Yeah. Man, so you doing this series and you saying you haven't been, I ain't been paid in a year and a half, that's some staying power, bro.
Yeah,
You do realize, like, the people that fuck with you is genuine. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's genuine for somebody. We see you, but not being able to perform, not being able to hit the stage, but then you come back and somebody like, hey, we
right.
opening back up, we want you.
Right.
That's dope. I hope you know that.
It's
you
love,
know what I'm saying?
It's
like
love.
I gotta throw the gasoline on the fire for my people because I want y'all to know, like, yo, what you doing is dope. You showing these kids in this city that's trying to be Chicago or fucking New Orleans or Baton Rouge.
Somewhere.
They trying to, like, what the hell? But you're showing them it's another way.
We gotta show different so they know different.
Bruh, and you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you were doing it before it became cool to do it.
Our people are very trendy.
Very. And we're the sand treaders. That's the crazy part. Like, we sand tread the world, bro.
But
do y'all realize it?
It's one of those to where we only hop on it if it's popular.
Yeah.
If it's the unpopular thing to do, nobody's running to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, like I didn't face backlash in the city. You know what I mean? Like, speaking 2019 when, you know what I mean, all of that happened, like, it's, what can I say? How can I say it? People judge what they don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, in our city specifically, if they see it on a national level or they see it on the Shade Room, all right, now it's popping. But just for it to be something that needs to be done, you know what I'm saying? Starting a book club for young boys or young girls that you go and sit with every week. You don't need your phone or camera to show that you're out there reading to the kids.
I can't stand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's just, we got to look at it in a few different ways.
Right.
Because ultimately, look at it like this. And I know I'll be jumping, but look at it like this.
You good.
When we were younger, we had 4th of July cookouts, did Memorial Day cookouts, these cookouts, family reunions, events, Labor Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Everybody, like, it was a big thing for us to get together with family on holidays and celebrate one another.
Yeah.
Now that we're the parents, we have to create the new traditions.
Right.
Financial literacy traditions, understanding what it means to have a savings account, maintain credit cards, and really open up business accounts. And you know what I mean? Like, what are we going to instill in our kids that'll be the new traditions? Because, no offense to nobody, I don't want to instill some of the transitions that I say transitions. I don't want to instill some of the traditions that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? While it's cool to allow kids to have an imagination and think about the possibility of a bunny that delivers eggs, it sounds cool for your imagination. But when we think about reality of what it is, we need to be preparing them for life, for financial stability, for knowing what's what, for entrepreneurship if that's what you choose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of times as African Americans or Black people, we always set our kids up for athletics, which is cool, but it's a whole nother side to the world.
Right.
Outside of basketball, football, and track, and wrestling. I'm a wrestling coach. Don't get me wrong, if you got kids and you want to wrestle, come holler at me.
Yeah.
But it's stuff to do outside of sports. You can also come holler at me and book me for, or get your kid in one of my writing workshops and get them expressing a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So I don't just try to give it to you in one way. I want to give it to you in multiple ways and make sure that you're able to really succeed off of what I'm giving you. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be blowing smoke in your ear. I don't want you to just be you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people do this. So I stopped doing less of that. I started doing less of that and more of, walking.
Yeah.
And really doing the work. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. So, I appreciate your time. You know what I'm saying? I know
you already know.
Yeah, we talk a lot off camera.
Hey man, what's up with the part 2, man?
Yeah, you know we got that.
We gotta do
You know what I'm
part
saying?
2, man.
Anytime you got something going on, you know you can come.
All right, man. I'm
You know
pulling
what I'm
up, man.
saying?
We got some things, man. We got some things coming to the city, man.
For sure, and you know we got more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And the next time you pull up, we'll dive more into the kids, your wrestling history, that amazing team you was a part of. All that.
Look, people don't even know that side of things,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, let's definitely build, man. I would love to come back. I would love to get some of the students that I work with in my Fear Academy program, Future Entrepreneurs Activating Reality.
Yeah.
So we help to start the businesses, we get them comfortable with their pitch, and then we send them on to Forsyth Tech or Wake Forest Small Business Center. You know what I mean? COVID kind of threw it off over the last year and a half, 2 years. But I would love to get them up here talking with you about entrepreneurship and what they're going through, and maybe they're looking for a mentor, maybe they're looking for this person who already doing it that they can come up under. And we got the platform to do so. You know what I mean? But quiet is kept in though, pretty soon, you know. Stay tuned for the podcast network we working on.
Yeah.
You put that out there.
Yeah, man. We gotta build, you know what I'm saying? And for the people in the city, man, you either gonna be a part of it or you just gonna sit back and keep talking.
Either you're gonna build or you're gonna destroy.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you really gonna do? Are you gonna be a part of the change, or you're gonna be a part of the problem?
Exactly.
That's really what it is. Like, it's cut and dry. Either you're gonna be a part of the change or you're gonna be a part of the problem, but it's totally up to you.
Right. The easy thing to do is to be a part of the problem. The hardest thing to do is to be a part of the change, but the benefit from changing is exponential, man. And people gotta understand that.
There's no comparing it.
Facts.
Like, you know, I'm not the same me I was yesterday.
Right.
I'm not the same me I was 6 months ago, and I'm damn sure not the same me I was a year ago.
Right.
And that's scary for the world because I'm ever evolving. I'm forever evolving. I'm getting better. And I believe it.
Yeah.
That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I believe me.
Right.
I believe what I say. If I tell you I feel that I'm the greatest to ever do it, I thoroughly believe it, but I would never say that about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say I feel like I can reach out and touch anybody, it's because I do.
Yeah.
I don't care if they black, white, green, blue, Smurf, Simpson, any of them. I feel like I can reach out and touch them through arts. Meet somebody on their level. You learn more as you're teaching them.
I feel that shit.
You know what I mean?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Hey man, we keep talking all night.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned. Look, part 2. Let's get part 2. And it ain't even real late.
Nah.
It ain't even real late.
We'll get it popping again.
Yeah, man, it ain't real late.
I know we both got to go home and be parents.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying?
Look, they be on my, I got little parole officers.
Right, man.
Daddy, where you at?
Yeah.
Daddy, when you come home? And it's like, all right, man. But bro, I genuinely appreciate you for what you're doing. I salute you for the growth, and you know what I mean, you being steadfast and believing in your vision. Because again, a lot of people, they always, well, LB, how'd you do it? Or how'd you make it happen? I didn't quit.
Right. And I got started.
Somebody told me no, and I'm like, all right, man, watch this.
Yeah.
The no's fuel me. For most people, a no will turn you down, or you.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, oh, word?
Right.
You don't think I can do this?
Yeah.
Watch.
And
Watch.
we here.
If you ain't learned nothing today from me at all, and I gotta say it, if you didn't learn anything, not one thing, remember, every day is Wednesday. Every day is WINSDAY. Number 2, remove try completely out of your vocabulary. You don't try to do anything, you just do it. And remove just out of your vocabulary, because you're not just anything. You're more than everything you can think than you can ever think. So remove try, remove just, and remember that every day is Wednesday. I am LB the Poet. It has been love. It has been light. I will be back as soon as possible. And you are on social media. It is at LB the Poet, spelled correctly. At LB the Poet, spelled correctly. I will follow you back, like your pictures, all of that. Make sure you get at me. Jump in my DM, but don't slide in them.
No. Don't want them problems.
Jump in my DM, but don't slide in them. Okay,
Yeah.
we can jump, but we can't slide.
Exactly. Because
Understood.
I'm about to slide your ass.
Slide up. We slide on by you real quick now, but
Fact.
it's been love, yo. I look forward to everything we got coming in the city. I'm thankful to be a part of such a grand city.
Yeah.
And yeah, I look forward to seeing what we're gonna do moving forward.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being the first guest on the Money Power Respect.
Money, power,
You
respect.
feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna turn it up a little more for the entrepreneurs, man.
So for me, money, power, respect, and influence.
I feel you. I feel you. Y'all know to get at me on Instagram, MVC_streets, Facebook, Travis Streets.
Streets!
For sure.
Streets!
And
Yeah.
then on YouTube, you'll find the full episodes from Anything Goes, from Legends of the Fall, from Center
sir.
Stage,
Yes, sir.
from Money, Power, Respect, and that's Millionaire Vision Company. What the YouTube is on MVC Streets too. Millionaire Vision Company.
Millionaire Vision Company.
We here.
Hey man, it
Y'all
sound like Larry Lucrative need to be hosting a show on there, man.
I mean, you gonna have to do something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
People don't know. Exclusive. I'm dropping the poet off of my name.
Cool. Gosh.
That's for the next interview, though.
Yeah. We out.